Hiya guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sean Hills and this is A Soul's Experience, a channel dedicated to helping the human race remember who we really are. I've been away from the channel for a little while trying to build on my relationship with God, the universe, higher consciousness, the Alpha, the Omega, whatever you choose to call that unconditional love that runs through everything. And whilst I was building my relationship, I was in a place of reflection because I didn't quite know how to carry the channel on and keep... I want to make sure that the part of me... How do I say this? This is really important. Okay, so when I started the channel, it was for very humble reasons. I wanted to help as many people as I could. I had learnt some amazing things through meditation, some memories that had come back to me, some truths that had been installed into my wisdom, and some things that I had seen with my own my pineal gland, basically your pineal gland. I've never been good at pineal gland. Is it pineal gland? Your third eye. I'd managed to open it, and it's still kind of, once you've opened it, you can't really close it. You know, you can step away from meditation, you can step away from spiritual experiences. But we're kind of living in a time where once you understand how God truly works and who God truly is, spirituality is sewn into the very core, the very fabric of where we are and who we are and what we're doing. So we can't actually get away from it, which I find very, very comforting. And so it was always for the right humble reasons, to help people understand that death, what we're all so scared of, dying, it isn't real, it isn't true. Yes, the body dies, so in a sense the physical vessel does die, but you do not. You are not the physical vessel. You are a part of this great consciousness. You are an individual part and a part of the whole. Just like the finger is an individual finger, the index, the pinky, the wedding ring, the one that tells you to pee off in the middle. They're all individual fingers, yet they're all part of the same body. And that's what we are. We're all individual souls, our unique vibration. But we are part of the same body of Christ, the same body of God, the same body of unconditional love, the same fabric of the universe. If we see the universe as one giant woven tapestry, beautiful tapestry of life, we are a thread through that tapestry. If you removed us, that tapestry that the universe has created would be imperfect. It would not be the universe of time, of old, the universe of eternity, the universe of beyond time, of beyond limitation. That's what we are a part of. And when I found that out, I really, really wanted to share it with everyone. And one thing I quickly found is the world wasn't quite ready. It was way more ready than it's ever has been, but I was very premature. Not the first time I've said that in my life, but I was very premature. And I assumed how broken I was as a human being and how I had found the truth. I thought, well, if I can find the truth, then surely everyone is now ready, because I through my life experiences and where I was and how I had been, I'd kind of written myself off a little bit, which I shouldn't have done. I'd kind of written myself off as being able to kind of achieve much in life, seriously, apart from maybe write a good song, write a decent poem, maybe draw a good picture. I might be able to pull off a decent tattoo or a backflip or a new skateboard move. But anything of what I'd consider to be of importance, I'll put that into air quotes, because importance is hidden in so many different layers of life. I'd kind of written myself off as a person and thought, I'm just gonna kind of carry on getting lost in the maze of the Matrix. And when I managed to peek through and see and find out some real magical truths that I didn't think were possible. And I've always come from a place of wanting some sort of evidence. That's why I've always done what people call, spiritual exploration or ghost hunting. I've always done that and wanted to catch evidence. I'm a very evidence-based person. So when evidence was shown to me in meditation, I had some experiences that I just could not explain. The only thing that could explain it was the teachings of true meditation, the true teachings of Jesus Christ about the kingdom is within you. Christ is within you. God is within you. When that was shown to me in meditation, I saw a giant white flash that turned into a golden wave, and the golden wave glistened, and it came with sound, and it turned into this golden cross that seemed to be 3 foot in front of my eyes were closed. I'd gone into a state of sleep paralysis. I wasn't breathing. I didn't know that at the time because I'm not sure if I'd come out of my body, if I was astral traveling. I wasn't sure what had happened. All I know is I'd gone so deep into meditation, deliberately raised my vibration to such a point and went in with the intention of wanting to see the blinding white light of God, what I kept hearing about in near-death experiences and through other people's experiences. I'd been searching for a few months for it, and one night I pushed beyond the point of fear, because something kept happening in meditation which kept making me snap out of it. Like I kept feeling myself stop breathing. I kept feeling myself slipping into this deeper state than I'd ever been before, and fear kept me away from it until I'd seen a video from Darius J. Wright, who had said nothing can hurt your soul, nothing can harm your soul or trap your soul or do anything to your soul unless you believe it to be so. And I kept that with me in this state of deep meditation. I thought nothing can harm me. I'm an eternal being. I'm an eternal soul. Nothing can kill me. I cannot die. I cannot be harmed. And I kept that with me as I went into this deep meditation, and it got me beyond the point of fear where bang, from the left-hand side, I don't know if that's important, but it was from definitely my left-hand side, I'd gone into this dark void it feels like I was floating in space. And from the left, simultaneously, as it came in from the left, my thought pattern was, wow, that's bright. And I thought it before I saw it, which was so weird. Before I'd even seen it, the voice in my mind said, wow, that's bright. Because I was seeing without eyes and I was speaking without a mouth. Everything was in my being, in me. And I was inside myself almost. And I was speaking inside myself. I was seeing inside myself. And this blinding white light came from the left. And it came, as quick as it came, it went. And it took up my whole vision for mere milliseconds and shot away to the right. And as soon as it done that, a glistening golden wave came from the bottom. And it came up and turned into a golden shimmering cross. That turned into another glistening wave and shot off upwards. And it made a sound. The glitter made a sound as it went off. But it was much nicer than that. Like glisten, glisten, glisten. It was beautiful. I'd never ever seen and haven't seen anything like it in my life since, in meditation. It's the most profound experience I've ever had in my life, apart from having a child and getting married. But they're humanly things. Spiritually, my near-death experience is up there. I had a near-death experience when I was 6 where I met what I can only class as an angel without wings, and my uncle Cliff, who had died a few years before when I was a baby. But that's a story for a whole nother video. But apart from my near-death experience, this was by far, it confirmed to me Jesus Christ was real. And I wanted to believe so bad. And some people might say, you wanted to believe so bad that you had an episode of psychosis. But I've watched so many other people talk about how to leave your body, and they talk about this experience, raising your vibration, which is something I naturally knew how to do. I can't explain it. For me, it's like putting a slight bit of tension all over your skin, and it comes naturally in my legs and in my arms and places, but it doesn't come as naturally in the body or in between the eyebrows and the third eye. And so when I had these experiences, I had to share it with the world. And then once the channel started doing okay, I guess ego wants to step in. This could be our job, this could be our career. Maybe we could actually financially support myself and my family with doing something I absolutely love doing. Nothing wrong with that. But it came away a little bit, and I started wanting to explore other areas. Other areas I had no evidence in. Other areas I had no proof of, apart from a belief system. And I don't want to step into the territory of repeating things that I have heard or seen and that fit my way of life, which might not fit yours. I would much rather talk about things I've experienced myself, been through myself, and you know, some of these experiences might not be 100% comfortable, and I've left so much stuff out, guys. I'm not even joking. I've not really talked in depth about my past, even though our pasts have so much wisdom and lessons and teachings to be learned. I've left so much out, guys, and it's because my children are able to watch these videos if they so wish. I doubt very much they're going to want to listen to me talking about spirituality for minutes and minutes on end. They have much better things to do with their time as children. But even as they grow older, I'm not willing to share things with my children and with my family. You guys, I don't mind. I'll be 100% honest with every single one of you. You know, but I had a rough upbringing, and I'm not willing to share that with. I want my children to be children, and not to have to worry, you know, about their parent. Oh, we didn't realise you went through that or went through this. That's not, you know, it's not, you know, do you know what I mean? And so when they're older, I've kept a lot of things quiet, but when they're older, I'll share things with the community that I think are going to be super important. And if they choose to watch it as adults, that's completely up to them. I won't lie to them as adults. I won't lie to them as adults. I won't lie to you guys at all. But while the audience can still be my children, and they're still quite young, I have to really be careful. I've shared quite a lot, but I haven't shared some really important stuff. But yeah, I have to come from a place of making sure that what I talk about is, I have to be humble and know that just because I understand something that I understand to be true, it may not be still. It really may not be still. Obviously, we can all be wrong. But the one thing I know I can't be wrong about is things that I've seen. You know, telling me Jesus Christ isn't real, or Yeshua, or Christ consciousness, which that's what Christ truly is. Christ is a Christ consciousness that was able to manifest into physical form, to show us a true way of being a human being, the capabilities. To tell me Christ consciousness is not real is to tell me that, you know, human beings in the physical don't breathe oxygen, because we do. Yeah, we can go into quantum physics and we can have an argument about that as well. But anyway, guys, it's been a while. It won't be a while again. I feel connected to God again. I feel connected to Christ again. I feel like I've had many conversations with Christ and consciousness that has led me to be very careful in the future about what I say, especially to an audience that could be vulnerable at times, and everyone's searching for that thing. All I can promise you is that we come from unconditional love. We are conditional love. The worst of us, the best of us. No one is better than anyone else. No one is worse than anyone else. We are all part of something that is so much grander and more beautiful that we can comprehend at this time, but we are working towards it. Every single one of us is so beautiful in our own way. Without the darkness, we wouldn't understand the light. Without the light, we wouldn't understand the darkness. So let's try not to judge. Let's try to be open-minded, humble, and just come from a place of beauty and acceptance, while understanding we are still here and having a human experience. So be patient with ourselves when we lose our temper. Be patient with ourselves when we lose control. We are all learning. We are all stepping forward step by step. I love you all, and I will see you soon. I love you guys. Take care for now. See you soon. I hope you all have an amazing day.